Welcome back to another episode of the Link Lineup Preview Show. Today we're previewing the Browns and the Eagles. This is the first time the Eagles played in 14 days, if my math is mathing. Last time we played the Bucks, and we're just trying to forget about that game. With me today, I got the whole squad. I got Josh, I got Bryce, and got myself. So be sure to check out those guys at their Twitter handles below. But boys, first things first is how are we feeling today? Josh, we'll start with you. What is your overall mood like in regard to your Philadelphia Eagles?
I'm cautiously optimistic. Browns haven't been doing great this season. Obviously, Deshaun Watson uh, has not been good. But honestly, anything could happen today, and I wouldn't be surprised. We could win by 50. We could lose by 50. Nick Sirianni could jump into the stands and fight a fan. I don't know. Like anything could happen. I wouldn't. I don't know.
I get that. I get that feeling, and that's okay. Bryce, what about you? Where are you at? I know you typically are more negative than me. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Where are you at as of
Yeah.
now?
Actually, for some reason, woke up this morning feeling pretty confident in this game. I would
Uh-oh.
think. Uh, yeah, yeah. Usually that means not very good things. Usually we get our ass kicked if I wake up feeling confident. But, anyways, I just feel like this could very well be like a get right game. Um, I'm just kind of I'm excited to see what a fully healthy Eagles offense looks like. Besides, because we only had it for one game. Um, I'm still expecting Saquon to continue to produce like the way he does. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if they cut into more of his touches with AJ and Devontae being back. Especially AJ. But as of right now, I feel pretty good at this game.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty great. So this is it. The bye week's over. There is going to be Eagles football until their season ends, or whenever that may be. So today is the day we either ride with them again. We're feeling high. We put out the meme, tell everybody we're back, or we're going back to the Fire Sirianni post real quick. So this is it. This is it. This is also the game where I feel like no matter what happens, this is what the offense is going to look like. This is what you're going to have to look forward to for the rest of the season. This offense is built around stars. We got AJ, Devontae, Saquon, Dallas, Jalen. This is what they're built for, right? So there should be no excuses of to why we can't move the ball unless we just suck. And if we suck, then that's what it is. We suck. But as of now, for some reason, I don't know why, we are 8.5-point favorites. Bryce, I'll start with you. Do you think we cover that 8.5?
If you're just looking at it off recency bias, absolutely fucking not. But I don't know. It's something, I don't know what it is. I just woke up today feeling like this could turn into one of the 2017 Broncos games.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be that bad because if you ever think back to that game, we held them to 25 rushing yards going into like halftime in that game. But I don't know if that specifically happens, but for some reason, I'm feeling that we beat them by double digits. And to be honest, the city of Philadelphia needs that right now. Phillies, they fucking blew it. I'm just going to be honest about that. Philly straight up blew it. And the 76ers are coming right around the corner. We also know that they have a really good history of blowing things. Just it's not been great for them. So the city of Philadelphia absolutely needs a massive, massive win today. Oh well, Chase is frozen.
Yeah, I think he mentioned earlier he might have some internet difficulties, but he'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're hit the nail on the head though. Philly needs a win today. I don't know if we'll win by 8.5, but
Yeah, that seems like a pretty big spread to cover, especially in the NFL.
yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean that just screams like a college spread to me. 8.5. I mean, you got to remember these people are professionals. Golly. Your mic is messed up or something.
Maybe so.
God.
So, yeah, I mean, even like I was looking at some other spreads across the league today. Like I think the Bengals are favored by like 3 over the Giants.
Right.
So like for us to be favored by 8.5 over the Browns,
They just
like
believe that this Browns team is it's still messed up. It,
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I think it says more about the Browns than it does about us.
right.
Because there's
Like
no way the bookmakers
Vegas
just
just has to believe that the Browns are just not a competent NFL team.
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, and also like yeah, and then maybe they put more weight into us getting AJ and Devontae and Lane back.
Right.
And I mean, you can't understate that. Like, there's our top two, I mean, 2 of our top 3 weapons on offense, and arguably our best player overall.
Where do you sit with like the Browns team as a whole? Where do you think their problem lies? Do you think it's just the coaching entirely? Is it just solely on Deshaun Watson? Because if you look at it, me personally, I think they have a pretty good roster. It's just there's definitely things that's holding them back.
Yeah, I think Deshaun Watson is the biggest problem they have right now.
Right.
Not even just from a playing standpoint. Like it just seems like his mindset and the attitude off the field is kind of an issue in Cleveland.
Yeah. And
Um,
I don't think Kevin Stefanski. I'm pretty sure he's still the head coach over there.
Yeah.
Him and others are not really doing him any favors. If you've watched some of the play calling, it's been pretty abysmal, and it seems like the receivers are just kind of giving up on Deshaun. Like they're not doing him any favors either.
Yeah.
So I think there's problems that lie more than the quarterback, I think, in that Browns team. But it sucks because I think the Browns have a really, really talented roster.
Yeah, I agree.
I was listening to some of the Browns podcasts. They were doing their pregame show, and a lot of them haven't given up on Deshaun. In fact, some of them still really believe in Deshaun. I'm not sure why. We would have gave up on him a long time ago. First game probably been out of here, but they're blaming the offensive line for the most part. Play calling. They're saying that the play calling isn't putting him in the best position to succeed, and then also the offensive line is Swiss cheese. Also, Hunter, take care of him for us, please. In fact, this would be a nice day for all 3 of the division rivals to lose. Cowboys play the Lions, Ravens play the Commanders, and the Giants play the Bengals, I believe, tonight.
Yep, trying to play the Bengals.
Yeah. So this would be a nice week for us to gain some ground, but we have to win. But yeah, a lot of the Browns guys they don't necessarily think Deshaun Watson is the biggest issue. It's everything around him. But we've all been there before, where we think that the quarterback is not the issue. We think that it's the coaching, and we've all did that with Carson Wentz, I believe. Remember those times?
We might be there right now.
Hunter says, I believe Deshaun gets another case before he figures out how to be a quarterback again. That's bad. That's rude, and probably over under 3 cases before he figures it out. But it's also crazy because Deshaun Watson was a fantastic quarterback coming out of Clemson, and he was pretty good in Houston too. And
He was
really good.
Well, I mean, the Browns traded their entire future for that quarterback out of Houston.
Yeah, and it's like
we almost did.
Yeah, we almost did. We almost got him.
We dodged a bullet
or Russ.
Yeah,
both those would have been not so great. But it's almost like I heard Rube say it earlier, or no, it was Dave. Dave said it. He said that it's almost like Deshaun Watson was in Space Jam, and the Monstars took his talent because he looks lost out there. And I agree with it. I think he's looked lost. But yeah, that's that's their biggest issue. I think is just their offense. I think the defense is totally fine, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Eagles stack up against their defense. So let's talk about inactives real quick. If you are watching, you can see them at the very bottom. But for those of you who are just listening, the Browns have safety Grant Delpit. He's out. Of course, they got DTR as their quarterback. They list him as inactive, but he can play. Safety Ronnie Hickman. Center Ethan Pokic, whatever. Former Eagle linebacker Jordan Hicks. Defensive tackle Quentin Jefferson, and rookie wide receiver, I believe, Jamari Thrash. He came from Louisville, right?
Yep.
Yep. I knew it. I'm getting there. Getting there. But yeah, and then the Eagles, I believe, if I can remember off the top of my head,
Nobody that's really key to this victory.
yeah. Tanner McKee, Eli Ricks, Nick Gates, Darian Kennard, Trevor Keegan, which I would like to see Trevor Keegan start playing, or not. I would like for him to be active because I think he can play if needed. And then defensive tackle Byron Young, who hasn't been active yet. So, Bryce, key to victory, and who is your X factor for this game?
Key to victory and X factor for this game.
I know where this is going already. I already know. Go for it.
Well, I was gonna say get AJ Brown the ball.
Oh, okay. Never
And
mind.
get him the ball early and get him the ball often. But what kind of scares me is that he's probably going to be followed by Denzel Ward all game. And I'd like to think that Denzel Ward is still a top 5 corner in this league.
Yes, by the way.
And it's going to be tough to kind of get AJ the ball, but I think that we'll be able to scheme him up and get him the ball quick and get him the ball early. Another thing, my actual key to the victory is do not let Myles Garrett ruin this game. Do not. He's probably going to be on Jordan Mailata all game. I have a ton of confidence in Jordan. Jordan's handled some pretty damn good pass rushers in the past. So that's my big key to victory. Do not let Myles Garrett ruin this game.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jordan Mailata's strength when it comes to blocking is like power rushers. He struggles with like the little finesse guys. All right, Josh, X factor, key to victory.
I don't know if it's necessarily the X factor, but with getting all of his weapons back, I'd like to see Jalen Hurts have a good game. I think we're still going to rely on Saquon a lot, of course, but getting AJ and Devontae back is going to be huge, and having Lane to protect him on the right side.
Right.
He's got no excuses to not have a good game today. So, I'd like that to be the key to victory. And if he doesn't have a good game, and the panic meter is rising, but yeah, I mean he's got all the weapons, he's got everyone back, he's got the protection, so Jalen's got to show up.
Yeah. So my key to victory, my X factor, is Devontae Smith. I know Bryce took AJ. This is the offense that we thought Devontae Smith would shine in. He's going to play mostly out of the slot, and he's going to be the middle of the field guy. He's going to try to get open, read where the defense is at, if it's his own look, and then beat the guy if it's man going across the middle of the field. You look for him to have a big game. I know AJ's the big guy coming back, and Devontae's no slouch either, but I look for him to really get open. And then my key to victory is literally somebody get to Deshaun. Somebody get to Deshaun. I don't care who it is. Somebody get there, because if we don't get to Deshaun, if Deshaun can pass the ball, I mean, Amari Cooper's not going to catch it because he's dropping balls left and right.
Jerry Judy's having an all right year.
Yeah, but I have faith in the secondary. Besides Darius Slay, but yeah, I think just get there. Their offensive line is not great. I think they're allowing the second most sacks in the league or something like that. Top 5 at least. I know that for a fact. And yeah, see where it goes from there. They haven't had the season they wanted. Definitely disappointing, but it's time for us to take advantage of it. We have the easiest schedule, or like the 30th easiest schedule, depending on how you look on it. going forward. So we got to take advantage of this stretch of games. But last but not least, start with you, Bryce. Give me your score prediction for this game.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah. I'll comment on that after. But my score prediction, so I've been saying it all morning. It's going to be a big game. You know what? 41-10. It's a freaking ass kicking. I don't know why, but this might come back to bite me in the ass, but this is an ass kicking.
All right, Josh, what do you got?
I'm gonna say. I think we covered that 8.5 point spread. I'm gonna say 31-17.
Well, you guys are very positive. I'm not going to be positive. I think we win this game, but I think it's going to be 31-28. And
Oh God, I can't deal with that again.
it won't be. It won't be fun. It's going to be one of those games we
that
sweat.
That happens, or we lose. I'm just to the point where we're just not a good team right now. Somebody's getting fired after this game. It had to be if we lose.
Let's just say this. Let me say this to save myself. I've been positive all year long, even last year. So
nowhere.
Yeah, so let's
be negative.
Let's switch it up. Let me be miserable, but that'll do it. If we're feeling pretty good at halftime, we might be back. But not. We'll see at the end. That's in the game for the post game show. I'm gonna switch my router so this stuff doesn't happen ever again. Because boy oh boy is this frustrating. But yeah, that'll do it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back at halftime if we're winning, or if we feel like talking about how bad we're losing, or if not, see it at the end of the game. But hey, go Birds!
Go Birds!